Black played. On f4, pause the video to figure out white's next move. On c6, white is planning to play pawn takes f4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. On takes g3, move preferred by black. King e3. On g2, black wants to play pawn promotes to queen at g1 check and establish a winning position. King f2 played by white. On f5. On d6, white's idea is to play pawn takes c7 and secure a stronghold in the game. Pawn takes d6 was chosen by black. On c7, white considers playing. Pawn takes f5 check. King takes f5. Pawn promotes to queen at c8 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. Pawn takes e4 played by black. Pawn takes e4. King g5. Pawn promotes to queen at c8. Pawn promotes to queen at g1 check. King takes g1. King f4. Black is outplayed. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. King takes f1. Pause the video to spot black's next move. Queen f6 check. King g1. Rook e8. Black is looking to play. Rook e1 check. Rook takes e1. Pawn promotes to queen at dx e1 check. Queen f1. Queen takes f1 mate and establish a winning position. Queen f1 played by white. Queen d4 check. King h1. King g7. Black's idea is to play. Queen c3. Pawn g4. Rook e1. King g2. Rook takes f1 and take decisive advantage. Pawn h3 was chosen by white. Rook e3. Pawn a4. Queen c3. King h2. Queen e5 check. King g1. Rook e1. Black is looking to play. Rook takes d1. Queen takes d1. Queen e1 check. Queen takes e1. Pawn promotes to queen at dx e1 check and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook takes d2, move preferred by white. Queen e3 check. Rook f2. Rook takes f1 check. King takes f1. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Pawn g4. Pause the video and try to predict white's next move. Black intends to play pawn takes f3 and secure a stronghold in the game. Knight e5 was chosen by white. White wants to play queen takes g6 mate and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook g8 played by black. Queen e3 check. King h7. Knight d7. White wants to play. King h2. Pawn h4. Pawn takes h4 and gain a significant edge. Pawn h4, move preferred by black. Pawn takes h4. Pawn g3. Knight takes f6 check. Pawn takes f6. Pawn takes g3. Pawn f5. King h2. White intends to play. Queen e5. Queen f8. Queen takes b5 and dominate the board. Queen g4 was chosen by black. Queen e5. White considers playing. Rook e7 check. King h6. Queen f6. Queen h5. Queen f7. Queen takes h4 check. Pawn takes h4 and gain a significant edge. Rook g7, move preferred by black. Rook e8. White is aiming to play. Queen b8. Rook g8. Rook takes g8 and seized the initiative. Pawn f4 was chosen by black. Queen takes f4. Queen takes f4. Pawn takes f4. Rook f7. Black has no response. Let's go to the next game. White played. Pawn g3. Pause the video and try to find black's next move. Pawn g4. Black is aiming to play. Pawn takes f3. King takes f3. King takes d4 and establish a winning position. Pawn f4 played by white. Pawn h6. King e2. King takes d4. King d2. Pawn h5. King c2. King e3. King c3. King f3. King takes c4. King g2. Black considers playing king takes h2 and dominate the board. Pawn b4 move preferred by white. Pawn takes b3. King takes b3. King takes h2. King c2. Pawn h4. Black intends to play pawn takes g3 and secure a strong hold in the game. Pawn takes h4 played by white. Pawn g3. King d3. Pawn g2. King c4. Pawn promotes to queen at g1. Black is looking to play king g3. Pawn h5. Queen h1. King c5. Queen takes h5 and seizes the initiative. On h5 white is on the verge of defeat. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Rook b3. Pause the video to analyze black's next move. King a4. Black considers playing king takes b3 and take decisive advantage. Rook b1 move preferred by white. King a3. King g6. King a2. Black is preparing to play king takes b1 and gain a significant edge. Rook g1 played by white. King b3. Black intends to play pawn d3. King f7. King takes c4 and establish a winning position. Rook d1 move preferred by white. King takes c4. King h5. Pawn d3. Rook h1. King d4. Rook a1. Pawn c4. Black wants to play pawn c3. King g6. Pawn d2. Rook a4 check. King e3. Rook a3. Pawn promotes to queen at d1 and increase their advantage significantly. King g6 was chosen by white. Pawn d2. Black is looking to play king takes e4 and increase their advantage significantly. King f7 played by white. Pawn c3. Black wants to play pawn c2. Rook a4 check. King e3. Rook a3 check. King takes e4 and dominate the board. Rook d1 was chosen by white. King takes e4. King f8. Pawn c2. Black intends to play pawn promotes to queen at cx d1 and seizes the initiative. Rook takes d2 move preferred by white. Pawn promotes to queen at c1. Black wants to play queen takes d2 and establish a winning position. Rook a2. Black is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Rook takes f5 check. Pause the video to analyze black's next move. King takes f5. King d3. Pawn c5. King c4. White is aiming to play king takes c5 and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn takes d4 was chosen by black. King takes d4. King e6. King e4. Pawn a5. Pawn b3. Pawn g5. Pawn a3. Pawn g4. King f4. Pawn b5. Pawn b4. White considers playing pawn takes a5 and dominate the board. Pawn takes b4 played by black. Pawn takes b4. On g3. Black is preparing to play. On g2. King g5. Pawn promotes to queen at g1 check, and increase their advantage significantly. King takes g3 move preferred by white. King takes e5. King f2. King d4. Black intends to play. King c4. King e1. King takes b4, and secure a strong hold in the game. King e2 played by white. King c3. King d1. King takes b4. King c2. White's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. Black played. On c5. Pause the video and try to find white's next move. Rook d5 check. King c4. King d6. Rook a3. Rook takes c5 check. King d4. Rook d5 check. King e4. Rook b5. Rook a6 check. King e7. Rook a7 check. King e6. King f4. On f6. Rook a6 check. King e7. Rook a7 check. King f8. King e4. On f7. Rook a1. King g7. White is aiming to play. Pawn promotes to queen at f8 and sees the initiative. Rook f1 move preferred by black. Rook b4 check. King e3. Pawn promotes to queen at f8. White intends to play. Queen takes f1. King d2. Rook b3. King c2. Queen d3 check. King c1. Rook b1 mate, and increase their advantage significantly. Rook takes f8 was chosen by black. King takes f8. King d3. White is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. Black played. King c5. Pause the video to analyze white's next move. Knight e4 check. King d5. Knight f2. King e6. King d2. White wants to play. King c2. Knight d3. Knight takes d3. Pawn takes d3 check. King takes d3, and dominate the board. Knight d3 played by black. Black might go for knight takes f2, and take decisive advantage. Knight takes d3 was chosen by white. Pawn takes d3. King takes d3. King d5. Pawn c4 check. King d6. King d4. White intends to play. Pawn g4. King c6. Pawn c5. Pawn g5. King c4. King c7. King b5. King d7. King takes a4, and gain a significant edge. King c6 was chosen by black. On c5. King c7. King d5. On g5. On g4. White is preparing to play. King c4. King c6. King b4. King c7. King takes a4, and sees the initiative. King b7 move preferred by black. King d6. White wants to play. King d7. King a6. Pawn c6. King b5. Pawn c7. King c4. Pawn promotes to queen at c8 check, and secure a strong hold in the game. King c8 move preferred by black. King c6. Pawn a6. King b6. King d8. King b7. King e7. Pawn c6. Pawn a5. Pawn c7. King e6. Pawn promotes to queen at c8 check. King d5. White is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Bishop takes h5. Pause the video and try to find black's next move. Queen takes c3. Bishop takes g6 check. King takes g6. Queen g1 check. King f7. On h5. Rook takes b2 check. Rook takes b2. Queen takes b2 check. King h3. Queen e2. Queen g6 check. King e7. Queen g7 check. King e8. Queen g8 check. King d7. Queen f7 check. King c6. Queen takes e6 check. King b5. Queen takes d5 check. King b4. Black is looking to play queen takes h5 check and dominate the board. Pawn h6 was chosen by white. Queen g4 check. King h2. Queen takes f4 check. King g2. Queen takes h6. Queen b7 check. King c3. Queen f3 check. King takes d4. Queen f2 check. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. On b6, pause the video and try to find white's next move. King c3. White is preparing to play. King b2. King e7. On e5. King e6. King takes a 3 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King e7 move preferred by black. King b2. White is looking to play. King takes a 3 and dominate the board. King f6 was chosen by black. On e5 check. King g5. On e6. On c3 check. King takes a 3. King f6. King b3. King takes e6. King takes c3. King f6. King b4. King g5. King b5. King takes h5. King takes b6. King takes g6. On the 5. White intends to play. King c5. King f5. King d4. King f4. On a6. On g5. On a7. On g4. On promotes to queen at 8 and take decisive advantage. King f5 move preferred by black. King c5. White is aiming to play. King d4. King f4. On a6. King f3. King d3. On g5. On a7. On g4. On promotes to queen at 8 check and dominate the board. King e4 was chosen by black. King d6. King f5. King d5. White considers playing. On a6. King f4. King d4. King f5. On a7. King f4. On promotes to queen at a8 and secure a strong hold in the game. King f4 was chosen by black. King e6. King g4. On a6. King g5. King f7. King f5. King takes g7. King e5. White is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game.